Hello and welcome to the April free tutorial. In this new free tutorial we would like to show you how to design a solitaire and his shadow band or matching wedding band. So we will start with the gems. We will choose what cut do we want. Brilliant cut will be okay. And on the carat's weight we will go for a half carat gemstone. So there we go. Once we have the gemstone, now I will choose from the jewelry the gouge. So I have a reference where to place my stone. I have now finger size 11. I will go for a standard one as a 15. Validate. So now I just need to raise the stone to this height. I will always be able to move it up or down, but on this stage this will be okay. What's next? So from next we can choose the head. We will choose one of these multiple pre-done models that we already have, just the number one. As you know, we can go to the band settings and we can start to design all these parameters from our setting. Okay, now the dimensions are locked. As you know, here we have the three different profiles that we have in the head, so 1, 2, 3. Now I have select just the one at the very bottom, and I want to make it all the same, so I will use 1.1, 1.1, and the same on this one, 1.1. Okay. Now as you can see, the gem inside is 20%. You know that if we increase this, as you can see, the claw goes in or goes out. 25, I think that is the right way to do it. What else? I would like to place the claws 45 degrees on the actual way, so we have 45, and as you can see now all the claws are situated even. As you can see, the line, the finger size is a bit inside the head, so then we can use the adapter ring size, the new tool from the RhinoGold 6, to just adapt it to the finger size. Alright, so there we go. Here we have another element into our design. You know that anytime that you want, you can go select and edit any of the parts that we are building up, so you are able to do any change that you want on this design. Alright, so what I will try to do is a solitaire with the shoulders wrapping this setting. This is the reason that I'm going to choose the advanced split shank. This is a tool that has infinity possibilities. Have a look at this. So first I will choose that one without stones. Maybe I will use them later on, but to start, the first thing that I need to do is come here. Because later on I will use symmetry, I just plus opposite symmetry on. And the very important thing of this part is, first I'm going to set up the height. As you can see, you always have the tooltips telling you on which dimensions we are applying the modifications. So you see, all the time is in real time, so 1.9 is okay. I will do the same on the side profile, 9, and on the bottom profile probably I will go a bit less, so just say 1.5. The width, what I would like to do here is have the same dimensions on the top and side profile, because then probably I will set up stones with this kind of setting that it's called fish tail. So let's say that we will set stones about 1.5. So I will leave it in 1.6 and 1. Wrong way, and 1.6. And yeah, the bottom it's a bit wider. We can go to 2.6. Alright, and now here comes the interesting part. What can we do with these grids? Okay, then have a look at that. From the top view, we have the two views. This is the side view of these shoulders and the top view. What happens if I do like this now? As you can see, it's just following anything that I do on that grid that we have here is happening in my document. Okay, so now as you can see, I want to follow this line and then wrap the stones till here. Okay, so I need to start to play a bit more with that. From here I need to go a bit more like this. Now as you can see, this is very important. You need to know that this line it's married with this one. So it means that if I want to go longer, I need to enlarge this one. And now it's going a bit longer. As you can see now, I have it till here. The only thing that I need to do now is just move this portion of this curve up to here. So let's go to on the other side. I can minimize it and I go a bit farther. As you can see now, I don't have geometry. This is because I'm applying a kind of design that is not making any geometry. And we keep going till we find just the shape that we are looking for. Okay, we validate. So we have this ring now. What's the problem here? I want to make a matching wedding band, so I need to follow all this shape around. There is a very easy way to do that. Modeling, and I go to duplicate the edge. I duplicate this one, and this one. I press enter. Now we have all this edge. The only thing that I need to do is just go to drawing and join them. Okay, now let's see if we have just one curve. There we go. We have one curve just following all this shape. What is left? Easy. We have in the jewelry tool our dynamic profile. We have been using this profile many times. As you can see now, it's following just the shape of the ring. The only thing that I need to do is just play on these profiles. So this is one profile that I have. First thing that I will do is just rotate it to have it in just straight. There we go. Now I will set up 1. I will do the same that I had here, that it was about a bit more. There we go. And now I will use the width to set these stones, 1.7. Enter. So we already set up the first profile. We can just move it away from the solitaire. As you can see now, I'm just setting up in which distance do I want it. We will leave it at this distance, and I still can just move the profile, so then I will be able to marry this profile with the one that is coming on the other way. Alright, so we have this one here. Now I'm going to work on the other side. This is where we have the other side. I will get closer to move it on the right direction. So this is where I think that it will be the right place. I used the same height, that was 1.7, and a width of 1.7 as well. Then with the arrow I can just apply any change to be able to match the other side. Alright, so now we are just here, and now I need to move it as I did on the first profile, to move it away from the solitaire. Alright, and I just drop this one. And now to finish this matching wedding band, as you can see, it's following pretty much exactly what we have. The only thing that I will do is just add another profile at the very bottom, so we can set up the right width and everything on the bottom. Alright, so now it's straight. I will leave it to the same that I did with the solitaire, 1.5 on the height and 1.7 for the total width. Alright, now the ring is ready. As you can see, we have the engagement ring and the matching wedding band. So what will be next will be to look for the isocurve so we can set the stones on this ring. Okay, so I have the ring in two different layers, so it's easier to work because I can lock, hide any of the two parts, so it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing. Alright, so from modeling I go to the parametrical isocurve, so I can set the start and the end of this curve. Alright, so where the red dots are is where I can set start and end. So this is okay, this is the length that I want. I will do it just on one side, because you can duplicate it or rotate it on the other side, so you don't need to work twice. Okay, so now I will go for the wedding band. As you can see, I lock the solitaire, so yeah, if I click on it, it doesn't do any kind of action. Have a look to this line. Do you see this line? This is the line that is just placed in the middle. This is the line that we need to look for when we are going for the isocurve. As you can see now, I place it on top, and we have the whole isocurve. I just set up the end to finish at the same level that the engagement ring. So this is what makes the ring nicer, to have the stones from the engagement ring and the ones from the eternity ring ending at the same level. I will do the same for the other side. So this is the side that I want to work with. I just mark the ISO curve to know where do I need to end the matching wedding band. Parametrical ISO curve. I place it in the right place. We have the two dots, and now I just place it, as you can see, at the same level. Now I select the ISO curve that I have on the solitaire, because now it's time to start to place the stones on this curve. As you know, once we have a curve, the best option is to use the gem by curve. I select the curve, I select the surface where I want to place the stones, so the stones get the right direction. Let me do it on the right layer. So let's do it again. Parametrical ISO curve. I select the gems by curve. I place it on the surface where I want to put the stones, so they take the right direction. And now what I will do is just drop this stone a bit inside the ring, because we need to set that stone. So the way to do it is we go to the second tab and under the surface. Now as you can see, the stones is under the surface. I will go at the first type. I set up the size 1.3 is okay, and I start to do the duplication till I reach the end that I want to finish these stones. Validate. Okay, so as you can see, we are working just on one side, because then we will do the rotation and we will have the stones and the cuts symmetric on the other side. So now I select the stones, and from jewelry I start with the cutters in line. Always the same workflow. This is one of the good things from RhinoGold. You are always following the same workflow. So shift key, you know that if I press the shift key, the change that I'm doing in one of these cutters will happen to all of them, as you can see. I will do the same with the cutters just in the middle, so we have the line where we split the prong to set the stones, and then we will do just the line or the sweep passing through all the stones. Okay, so we have everything done. This is the part that we will set the stones from, and now what I will do is just do the boolean automatically, and what I will do, because I want to keep one copy to rotate it and do it on the other side, I keep one copy. I switch to the switch to on, and now once I press validate, you will see how I do the boolean on this side, but I still keep a copy. Let me move it so you can see that the boolean is done. As you can see, the boolean is already done here. And now from the top view I will rotate this on the other side. Rotate. I want a copy, so I keep but here actually I could put no, I don't want to copy because the boolean is already done, but even though I will do it, and I just rotate it to 180 degrees. Now we will do the boolean difference with the copy that we did on the other side. Okay, and now what will be left is just do the same with the stones. So we get the stones and we just rotate it on the other side. Okay, let's do the same now that we have the engagement ring done. Let's do the same to the wedding band. Okay, so I will lock the solitaire layer and I will work just in the layer where we have the wedding band. Alright, so I have the curve ready. So as you know, the same that we did before, change my curve, we select the surface where we want to place the stones to get the right direction for the stones under the surface. And now on the first tab, again, we set up the same dimensions for these stones. They are just at the same level, matching the engagement ring, and we start to do the duplication. Just be sure where you want the stones to be placed. I think that I will probably go for another one. Yes, I think that like this is okay. Okay, let's do the other side. Again, we select the isocurve, change by curve, we select the part where we want to place the stones, and now on the surface, from here we set up the right dimensions and we start to do the duplication. Okay, now we move it away because I don't want this stone to be too close to the one from the other side. And as you can see now, we just select the stones and we will do the same that we did with the solitaire. We go to cutters in line and we do the same. We need to select, as you can see, if I move this and I don't have the surface, I don't see it in real time. Once I select the surface, I see in real time how it looks, the cutters that I'm using. So we have the first part done, and now we go to the second tab to make the ones in the middle. We put the switch on. I just raise them a bit, and what will be left is the third tab that I will be setting up the cutters that goes through the stones. I will set it up to about 0.60. It's what I use on the solitaire. And on that one, I shouldn't get copy because the only thing that I will have to do is just, let me check, I'm checking that this one is not interfering with the other side. Okay, so I will make it shorter because as you can see, if I don't press the shift key, you can act on all these cutters one by one. Okay, so all the ones are how I left them, but so I press the Boolean operation. I think that it will be okay like this, and validate. Look at that, perfect. Let's do the other ones. I select the stones again, gem cutters in line, sorry, select where do I want to place them. So I can see them in real time. Shift key to act on all of them the same. I do the ones in the middle. I just work on the ones that goes through the stones, as you know, 0.6, as we have done with all the other ones. And perfect. And validate. Alright, we have it on the both sides now. Now it's time to do the next. That will be to do the mirror on the other side. So I select all the parts that I wanna do the mirror on the other side. So the shank and the stones. You do from the transform tab, rotate from the middle. I set up the angle, and now I just say 180 and the command bar, and there we go. Enter, and now we have this nice setting. So we have the solitaire with the two wedding bands. So one can be the wedding band and the other one the eternity ring, and we have a very nice set to make the nice render and show it to your customer. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Now it's time for you to practice. Thank you.